Привет! It is nearing nighttime and there's disco mall, but I need to mine. I finally want to get some diamonds. There's the disco mall. Because I want to make some armor and stuff, especially for my animals, because I want to level them up. And I thought that I might as well take you along with me. Maybe you'll be more luck that way. Look, this is what I want to show you. You see that disco mall over there? And my boombox? Dang it, we're not close enough! How do I get down there? I do not remember. I can't just drop down because landing in water does not help me. Holy! Okay, well, I think we're close enough now. Okay, again. See? It's burning! Die. Does it actually hurt or no? I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's doing much. Oh, there it goes. I want all of that wool. That's another thing I want because even though we don't need it for a schlump, we've decided against it. We just decorate it as is and it's pretty happy over there. I think his name was Bob or something. I still want all of this. Okay, it's dark. I don't need anything spawning in front of me. It's a horse head. There's a horse head somewhere. Ooh, iron. I still want to get a lot of wool because there's another one. All right. Because it's great for decorating. And by decorating, I mean, oh, there he is. By decorating, I mean, okay, no. Building pixel art floating through the sky. Okay, you know what? That blue can just exist on its own. I'm gonna head over here to get all of these over here. How do I do this? How do I do this? I would preferably like to not die. But anyways, I thought that since I'm bringing you along with me and I have to... Dang it. I have to talk about stuff anyways, because, you know, it'd be a pretty boring video if I didn't do that. Where is that little shit? Where are you? Why is there a scientist here? There he is! Give me another boombox, maybe? No. Well, I'm gonna collect this, and then I'm gonna follow this way down. Okay, yeah, I can break this. Yeah, since I'm gonna have to talk about something to make this interesting, I thought we could talk, and by we I mean mostly I, but you in the comments, because this is something I'm actually very interested in. We could talk about Minecraft. More specifically, Minecraft series, focusing more on the old ones, but also new ones will be discussed a bit in the end as well. Okay, yeah, no boombox. What do I mean by that? Why? Is he down there? Okay, wait. The Minecraft talk can wait for a second. I need to see. Dang it. I need to see. I'm making bubbles. What? And they explode. Alright, that's not food then, I suppose. Okay. Is he over here? No? I am so very confused. Why? Hello? Don't knock me off. Do not knock me off. Why do you just give me trash? But anyways, what do I mean by this? I mean, we're gonna talk about, for example, the very first series you saw. For me, I have a whole list I found on my phone. Originally, this video was supposed to happen as episode 2 of Nostalgia.mp4 back when that was happening like 2-3 years ago. But I never got around to doing it, so I'm doing it now. For example, for me... Hello? Why are there so many? That was so lame. For me, the very first Minecraft series, as well as the very first YouTube video that I found on my own, was Minecraft Oasis by iHasCupquake. I remember back then I used to have a rule in my house where I could use the computer for an hour on Saturday and an hour on Sunday. So every Sunday... Can I use this to get down? Probably. Every Sunday, I would run from the bedroom to my dining room because that's where we had our laptop. It's still where we have our family laptop, which I don't use because I have one for my university now. That's like the one my parents use now. But the family laptop was there. That was the only computer we had. Where does this lead? Bloody nowhere. Alright. The only computer we had, and every Sunday I would just run down and I run up to my dad because my dad would be the first to wake and sitting at the computer playing games or whatever. And I'd look at him with these puppy dog eyes and I'd be like, can I please watch Cupquake? Because every Sunday she had Super Oasis Sundays, which were like an hour-long video where she was just playing Minecraft unedited. And I loved Oasis so much. I used up my daily limit on that. And then on Saturdays, I would catch up with the series episodes that I missed during the week because a dig bug somewhere. Because she would upload multiple times a week. I don't remember if it was 2 times a week or 3, but anyways, it was multiple times a week. And of course, me being the big fan, I needed to see that. So my limit at the time, which I think was like a year or 2, just the entirety of Minecraft Oasis, my limit of like the week or 2 was used up on just Minecraft Oasis. It's something I still rewatch a lot. Just randomly I'd turn on the first episode specifically because it just fills me with so much joy and nostalgia and I just watch it. I wasn't the biggest fan of the entire series. For example, when she started doing her thing with the bees, I kinda became less enthusiastic about it. I did watch the entirety of the series. I finished everything from start to finish. I've been there from day 1 till the very last day. And yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of the bees, which is when I think around that time my parents were like, okay, maybe you can watch 2 hours a day on Saturday and Sunday. Still not like weekdays. Those were for studying and doing regular kids things, you know, like watching cartoons and drawing and stuff like that. Not that I really had a lot of time on weekdays because I used to go to school, go to music school, go to art school, and then after class activities. So it's not like I really had a bunch of time. Okay, where do I even go? Not like I had a bunch of time to dedicate to watching YouTube on weekdays. My most free time was the weekends. There was also piano practice somewhere in the middle of that for music school. But yeah, that's where my parents were like, okay, maybe with all of this you can have like 2 hours a day on Saturday, Sunday. And that is the time when I moved on to my second person of interest, which is showing up on this list, which is LDShadowLady with her Shadowcraft Season 1. I was not there from day 1 for that one. I started watching it when it was maybe already like episode, I don't know, maybe 5. Still at the very beginning, but not right off the bat. And the editing style was a lot different from Cupquake's. There's another one. I mean, at least there's a lot of wool, but I need diamonds. That's what I need. I've been trying to get down this entire time. And finally I'm getting somewhere. A lot different from Cupquake's. Cupquake's videos are more chill. The Oasis ones, I don't really know what she does nowadays. I don't really keep up with her stuff because I don't know, I feel like it's just a bit too slow, which is weird to say, seeing what kind of content I make. Well, why did I do that now? Like, how do I get anywhere from this situation I put myself in? But anyways, Lizzie's style was a lot different. There was a lot more editing, there were jokes, just, you know, like cut to jokes and stuff. And there was text on the screen. I feel like between those two, my Tales of the Forest series resembles more Shadowcraft, and then this series resembles more Minecraft Oasis. Or actually, let's backtrack a little bit, because before I switched to watching, not switch, but like added Lizzie to my watch list, I did watch Cupquake's old series, like Minecraft with Cupquake. Was it beta series? I think the one with the more creeps and weirdos. That's where I found this mod for the very first time, and I absolutely adored that mod, which is why it's here. It has become my favorite mod ever, and I remember watching it then. She also had the Pixie, what was it called? Pixie Army or something like that mod, where you would have to kill the Pixie Queen, or Fairy Queen, and then you could tame the other fairies as your, I don't want to say pets, but like familiars, let's call them familiars. You could tame them and they would do different things for you. Some of them would just protect you, some of them would heal you because they were medics and stuff. And yeah, that's where all of my Minecraft knowledge came from. And also more creeps and weirdos knowledge from mostly Cupquake, because as I said, I watched her very first time and I watched a lot of her. Like, she was all I watched on YouTube. I need you to understand that. And then, yeah, Minecraft with Cupquake. Don't remember too much of it in the sense that I remember random things. I don't remember the beginning of the series. I might have skipped a bit of the beginning. I remember mostly when more creeps and weirdos and fairies were added, because they weren't there at the very beginning of the series. They were added later. Here we go. This is how we get down. We're getting somewhere. And she also had other series like Minecraft to the Death. I think that was during her time with Machinima. If any of you remember what that was, what a time when you needed to join an agency to get paid for doing YouTube. And all of those agencies, well, I say all, but you know, maybe not all, but most of them ended up being absolute scams. What level am I on? I am on 12, so it should be diamond level. Most of them ended up being absolute scams. They ended up ripping off their creators, and a lot of them lost money and creative freedom and whatnot. But I think Minecraft to the Death was for sure during Machinima time. It might have even been hosted by Machinima, but I don't know about that one. Don't quote me on it. And then Minecraft with Cupquake, I think, was also during her Machinima time. Minecraft Amnesia was during Machinima time. I actually rewatched it recently because... Not fully, I just rewatched the first episode because I play Amnesia on my channel very, very rarely. It's been a few months, but I do play it. Where is it? Where are any diamonds? I'm just... Holy! Okay, that was almost bad. Do I just like dig around and hope for the best? Because like, what? I don't even know if there's a way to get anywhere further in this cave. I could try going up, but I mean, I am on diamond level. It should be here. I mean, we can try. It doesn't hurt to do so. Yeah, Minecraft Amnesia, and then some other horror maps she did also during Machinima time, and then Minecraft Oasis was not during Machinima time. And neither was Minecraft Oasis, the continuation, the Enchanted Oasis. I think this is where we want to be. Alright, we need to get down. I'm kind of jumping all around. I was gonna do this chronologically, but I switched from Lizzie back to Cupquake, even though chronologically it doesn't make total sense. Like, after all the Minecraft, the Machinima era of Cupquake and Season 1 of Oasis, I started watching more Lizzie. Okay, let's go in chronological order, so I can get my thoughts in order. Shadowcraft 1, watched all of it, loved all of it, was entertained, rewatch it every year because, yes, I very much love that series. I do wish she would make more single-player series. I know she has a baby now, so that's exciting. And she still does do live streams and film with her friends. But she prefers multiplayer now, it seems, and you know, that's cool. I like her interactions. It's getting louder. It's probably up there, isn't it? I like her interactions with other people, but I do wish she would one day make another single-player series like Shadowcraft. I know many people do. But then we had me watching all of Lizzie's series, because once I find a creator that I like, I'm just gonna watch all of their series. Completely all of them. Right. I'm looking at my list right now. Because my list is not chronological either. It's half chronological and half bullshit. So after this, I'm trying to think of like how this went chronologically. Minecraft Oasis, Enchanted Oasis was happening somewhere around that time. We're gonna do general chronology. No. It's gonna be sort of chronological. Here we go. Enchanted Oasis happened, and it was very different. There was a big focus on magic, hence Enchanted. Hello, sir. I don't want to deal with you, sir. I had why are there so many of you? Had too many encounters with you in the pyramid. Please die. No. Here we go. Don't! Almost fell into the lava. That would not have been good. a big focus on magic, and you know, for me that worked perfectly because what is that? Are those diamonds or is that lapis? It worked perfectly because I like magic. I'm a fantasy girly. I read fantasy, romantasy, whatever other subgenres of fantasy there are. I think that's lapis, but you know, we might as well. Oh, there's lava under there. Okay, it's fine, but that's not what we want. We want diamonds. Are we on 12? Yes. I think 12 is the diamond level in this version. Big focus on magic, which I enjoyed a lot. So I watched this series, I watched it from her point of view, and I watched it from Lizzie's point of view. And I know that there were people that did not like it. I think there weren't people that did not like it. I'm not really sure. I feel like I might have seen some comments about some people not liking it. And Cupquake herself said that she did like it. However, she had the issue of there being so much to do and a lot of the mods, or not a lot, at least a few of those mods overlapped. I didn't take a water bucket. Well, screw me, I guess. Overlapped with her other series, which was Cloud9. And because of that, she ended up stopping Enchanted Oasis. And Lizzie did... Well, she was late to the series. And I think she ended up doing a little less than the others, but I'm not too sure. Okay, that's iron, that's iron. We don't really care about iron. Lapis. But yeah, Cloud9, that was a series Cupquake had during that time. I think it was during that time. Maybe she had some other series, but I'm pretty sure she was talking about there being overlap with her series Cloud9, which she did with her husband, Red, where the main focus was the Aether, and they would have a bunch of different mods there added to it. That water bucket will be very useful right about now. But oh well, we bridge. We bridge and hope for the best. I did a little Google. Diamonds are most often found at Y level 12 and 5, so we could go deeper once we dig around this place to take a look-see. Because I want to go to the other side to see if there's anything there, you know, so we don't miss anything. Yeah, Cloud9. This is also a series I wasn't particularly interested. There might have been another one before Cloud9 in the overworld. I don't remember what it's called, but I think that may have happened as well. But that one I remember even less than Cloud9. So, oh my god, I almost broke that diamond into the lava. That would have been very upsetting. Okay, let me shut up for a second so I can get this without it falling down into the lava. Or I would be really upset. Oh, come on. I need to get... Alright. Oh, there's multiple! That's so good. Come on. You know what? This is fine too. You can do this too. That's fine too. That's maybe even better. Okay, give me this. Thank you. And that. Thank you. We can make a diamond pickaxe now. Oh my god, I almost missed that one. We could make a diamond pickaxe, or we can make an enchantment table. I don't know, I guess the enchantment table would be more beneficial to us because we already have glowstone. There's really not much of a point to go to the nether. I mean, obviously, potions and stuff. Are there potions in this version? It's dead now. Oh, and we need a diamond for Twilight Forest because we have to... Excuse me? So... I've been here. This entire time I could have just gone here and found diamonds. I feel scammed. But yeah, I think that's about where we'll stop with Cupquake, unless I look back at my list later and I see, oh, there's this really cool series that I enjoyed from her. I think I've talked about all of them, so I don't think that's gonna happen. But in case, we might return, but I think that's where we stop talking about Cupquake and move further on the list, which was... No, wait, I just looked at the list. Wait, there's one more thing. There's one more thing that I want to talk about. And that is 12 Days of Christmas by iHasCupquake and Chimney Swift 11. I bet a lot of you have not heard the name Chimney Swift 11 in a long time. I sure didn't. I remember just thinking about him one of these days and being like, what is that guy up to? And I looked up his YouTube channel and it's all just completely different. At least at the time when I looked at it, it was completely different. Maybe it's back to being the way it was back then. Where have I not been yet? I have been here. I just went here, but like, did I... Or was I here? Or was I not here? Where does this lead me? I don't know if I was here. You know what? I'll go this way. Why not? But, yeah. 12 Days of Christmas. This is a series I used to revisit each Christmas. It was basically a series where Cupquake and Chimney Swift 11, I don't know his name, his actual name, would play regular vanilla Minecraft. I think it was regular Minecraft. And they would have a Christmas skin on. And they would basically have 12 days, as the song goes. And basically, they would just do little quests that they set for themselves. Oh my god. And there was a village nearby, I think, and it was all really festive and cute. And I revisited every Christmas for a while until I kind of forgot about it, I guess. I got more creators I started watching and I just stopped revisiting that every Christmas, which is kind of sad. I might have to check it out again. There's not much to say about it. It's 12 episodes and it's quite short in those episodes, I think. And it's really fun. It's just something festive to watch during December. Now we're finally done with Cupquake. We can move on to other creators. So the next on my list is The Crafting Dead by PopularMMOs. Okay, so technically, is there a pointer going here? Maybe. Technically, the first was not The Crafting Dead. The first was challenge games, I'm pretty sure, where they would have a bunch of lucky blocks. I think it was like 20 or 30 that they had to open, that being him and Jen. And then they would fight whatever mob was the boss of the week, or however often they made these series. And after that, it was The Crafting Dead. And by that I mean for me specifically. The Crafting Dead might have been before the challenge games, chronologically speaking, based on his upload schedule, but for me it was that way. I think... I don't know dates. I do not know when things started. I just kind of watched things because I wasn't there from the very beginning of challenge games. So maybe they were going on at the same time when I started watching. But for me, I first watched the challenge games and then watched... I'm stuck. And then watched the Crafting Dead. And I quite enjoyed both of those series. Crafting Dead was where they were doing kind of a Minecraft version of Walking Dead, and they had a story there, they had NPCs, they had Honey Boo Boo, the Iron Golem that loved cookies. Am I just... okay, no, I was about to ask, did I just walk in a circle? I did not. Okay, that's iron that we don't care about. No, come on, just a bit more diamonds. I need 2 for the enchantment table, 3 for a pickaxe, and 1 for Twilight Forest. That is what I need. The Walking Dead, I'm pretty sure that he made comic books based on that. There's like 3 of them, I think? I'm not too sure how many there were. I think I'll just go down here, why not? I can always go back if I don't find anything here. Oh, we have flooded everything. That's fine. And then the challenge games, as I said, they would do the blocks and then fight the mobs, and each time, I think it was a different block. Each time was a different mob for sure, but the blocks I think were different every single time as well. I mean, there might have been some overlap of like maybe the pink lucky block was happening once and then another time a couple of months later. But I really enjoyed that. A lot of my real life friends also watched it. There was a time... Where? Who? Whomst? I can hear something dying. And I can't figure out where. There was a time where... This was back when cracked servers were very popular. They still exist. But I feel like they're not as advertised as they used to be. And me and my friend used to go to different cracked servers dressed up as Pat and Jen. Because we liked their videos a lot. And so we just used their skins because you could set your skin using the username of the person who you want to like look like. So that's what we did. And now I'm doing a series with a friend of mine called Faith. Nothing yet. Okay, my pickaxe is dead and I'm not seeing any diamonds. Just a bunch of iron and redstone. I don't even know if I have anything to use redstone on, but I guess I'll get it. Gravel. Useless stuff, really. Come on. What level am I on? 12. Okay, we're in the right place. Yeah, so we have the series where we open lucky blocks. Basically lucky block races. Those were also on Pat's channel, I'm pretty sure. And that's very similar. That was kind of the inspiration here because we missed watching lucky block races. I'm sure people still do them. They're just not as popular as they used to be in like 2016 or 17, whenever the mod came out. Again, terrible with dates, terrible with years, terrible with time in general. So what is that? Oh, it's wool. So there's a disco all around. Any diamonds? No? Okay, continue going around. I have like no inventory space. I did consider looking for a backpack mod for this. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. But ultimately decided against it. Why can't I swim forward? Hello? Here we go. Any diamonds? No? No diamonds at all? Maybe somewhere in the wall? Is that water? Or is that wool? Or is that what? I think that's water. Yeah, no. There's nothing. And of course, as with the other people that I listed here, I watched all of Pat and Jen's series. I watched the ones on his channel, watched the ones on her channel, though I think she had more Roblox stuff, which I didn't watch that. I watched Minecraft related things. I didn't like I didn't like Roblox. Still don't. I played it for a little bit. I played Dress to Impress because my friend wanted me to join. And that was the extent of my Roblox knowledge. Also just like one Sanrio cafe making game. And that's it. That's all I played on there. Actually no, I did testing for a friend's game there. So technically I played 3 games there and that's it. Okay, stone. Let's get rid of the stone because like what am I gonna do with stone anyways? Come on. Give me diamonds. I don't need that much. I'm just gonna do this because it's getting in my way. I could make a pickaxe and get the obsidian. It is suspicious that there are no mobs. Where are they? I'm afraid of them just jumping out. But PopularMMOs was one of those creators that I watched for a really long time. Because, I mean, challenge games was a very simple premise. You just open blocks and you fight a boss. And what is there to not like about that? You'd think that it would get repetitive, and I mean, I guess in a way it did get repetitive at times, but with him changing the mobs and the trades and the lucky blocks, it always was entertaining enough to watch, so I just watched it till he stopped uploading. Till the whole thing with the divorce and Elena or Lainey or whatever her name was and everything, all that. I think he came back to YouTube recently. I saw some shorts, I think, in one video about his journey to sobriety. So good on him for doing that. I don't know if he's still sticking with it. I hope he is. I do hope he gets better because Ah, so this is where something was and died. Because apparently things got pretty bad after the divorce and stuff. I do hope he gets better. I guess I'm going this way because I see it going down and we need to go down. Okay, what, just like this, yes. Disappear. Which direction do I want to go? Let me do this so I can... Let's just look down here quickly. Maybe there's like a diamond right here. There's lapis. I don't think I need lapis and no diamonds. I mean, if I like dug around, maybe there would be something, but I don't want to dig around. Why am I so bad at making everything happen? Let's go down this way. What is next on my list? Ooh, Dan's mod showcases. Okay, something is dying somewhere again. Let me just do... Wait. Let me just do this. Here we go. Something died. I think it's one of those creepy dudes. They kind of look like zombies, but not really. Yeah, who remembers that? There was... Disco Mole. Basically, this leads nowhere. There were 2 or maybe even 3. Did I go this way? No. Ah, this is where the Disco Mole is. 2 or maybe 3 playlists of mods. I forgot that I can't do that. Oh. Something fell somewhere. Something broke its legs. Don't do that. You need them to walk. 2 or 3 playlists worth of mods, and those were always so entertaining because instead of just showing the mod, which is very good if you make a video where you show the mod and just that's it, that's very informative if you just want to quickly see what happens where and how to do it. Dan had this unique thing of having a skit for a lot of his mod showcases. I remember there was one where he was... Basically, he has multiple characters there. He has Grim, the dog, the skeletal dog, which was a result of an experiment. And he has Dr. Trioris, the scientist villager, and they have like a whole origins video somewhere as well. Anyways, Trioris constantly makes inventions, which is the mods. And Dan is kind of just explaining things or cleaning up his messes or just things like that. And in one of these videos, he was doing a skit about... Okay, I don't need any more. About working at a cafe making drinks because the mod was all about making drinks and there was a vending machine and stuff like that. And in another one, it was the Herobrine mod where they summoned Herobrine and then they had this whole thing of him trying to run away from Herobrine and meeting Notch and getting a Notch apple and just deactivating the whole thing. Okay, we can go up here that I didn't realize before. So that was a very interesting thing that Dan did. I love skits. I was very much a roleplay kid. I still am, and you will see that later on the list of where things that I watched. And on my own channel too, you can see a little bit roleplay in Witch SMP and stuff like that. I guess also... Oh! A dungeon! A spider one. Okay, let me just kill all of you. Die, 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 die. Oh my god, there's so many! I cannot die, I cannot die, I cannot die. I have stuff. Let's just do it completely because I... Oh my god! What was that noise you made? That was terrifying. Oh, I can fall here. I'm just gonna... That's not what I wanted to do. I'm just gonna do that. Let me eat real quick. But yes, I keep getting distracted. You know what? Let's look at the stuff and then I'll keep yapping. Bread, a saddle. I'm not sure if we're gonna have anything to put the saddle on. I'm just gonna put away that. And that, so I can... Cocoa beans. I think I have cocoa beans, but you know, I can always have more. I'm gonna break this so I don't think that I haven't done it yet. Come on. And now I just got all of that trash back. Okay, there's not a saddle. Let me just... Help me. Do I need that chest? Probably not. Like, what am I gonna do with it? I just want it out of the way. So I know that I have done things here. Let me just get all of it. Did I get all of it? No. Well, the chest, as I said, I do not need. Let's continue on. I'm out of torches and I'm out of coal. What? Do you think I would use spider eyes for anything? Probably not. Like, I know I can make potions, but do I need them? No. Is there any coal around? I just picked it up again. I know I passed some coal. That's iron. Okay, there's coal near the lava. Let's get this coal. Here you go. You can have that. Let's go over there because, you know, chances are maybe we'll get some diamonds near the lava. That would be very cool. I don't have a shovel. You know what? I don't want to deal with that, so I'll just do this. Yes. Now, be gone, so I can actually pick up the coal. Redstone again. Don't think I'm gonna do anything with that. Why am I not? Ah, that's why I'm not picking up the coal. Give me all of it. All of it. I'll be here for a long while because I'm looking at my list. I've only talked about like 6 of the points on my list. Please give me all of it so I can continue on. What was I talking about? Ah, mod showcases, right. I also did mod showcases for my own mod that I made with mcreator, and I do want to make more mod showcases of other people's mods. I have made a skin for a Dr. Stone one, because there's a really cool Dr. Stone mod, which sadly isn't getting updated anymore. Or maybe it will in the future, I don't know. And I wanted to do a video about it, but I just don't have time. I keep getting really busy with university and stuff. But I might get to it eventually. And again, with all the other creators, I watched all of their series, so things like Diamond Dimensions, where he had multiple mods like Minecraft Comes Alive and the weather mod with tornadoes and different dimensions. His series is actually the thing that introduced me to Tropicraft. I really like Tropic. There was some coal right there. Oh my god. I'm sure someone's gonna be yelling at me a lot for this. Tropicraft, and I really like the mod, even though it seems very broken the few times that I tried to play it nowadays. There was just no loot generating in some of the chests. I don't know if it just is like that, if it's broken like forever, or something broke by me, I don't know. He also had that tech mod where you can make a giant hole in the ground and collect ore that way, and it would go into these special iron chests, diamond chests, gold chests. I'm not really a tech mod girly, I am a fantasy girly. I am just going away from diamonds. Holy! So that part didn't really interest me. I would kind of skip over it. But what I'm starting to understand is that maybe it's not that I'm not a tech girly. I mean, I'm not, which is ironic seeing as I study computer science. But I think it's more so that I am not a pure tech girly. So what I mean by that is that back when I was doing NostalgiaCraft, I don't see anything because of the amount of light in this room. Oh, more coal. Yippee! I was doing blood magic in one of the NostalgiaCraft versions. Holy! And that required some, I'm gonna call it tech stuff. You had to have certain like blood related things and catalyst and fuel sources and what, and that was fun. I was sitting in a call, I think it was in a call, or either maybe just sending pictures to Playbase about me figuring this stuff out, and then also with Finny. Is that a skeleton? No, screw you actually. Just showing the stuff that I was figuring out, and that was so much fun. So I think if you package tech in a fantasy bundle, I will very much love it. I might have to figure that out, try it out some more, because as I said, it was really fun and I could do that. Okay, you know what? Die. Die. I'm dealing with you first and then... Which one of you was drowning right now? Bones, I need those. Holy! Why are you spawning? There's so much light here. Why are you spawning? Come on, die. Right. Why? Why is this happening? And my sword is broken. It's okay, we have more. I need you to screw off. Why is everything spawning? There's so much light. I need to throw something out. Where? There. I don't mind that you're spawning, but like skeletons and creepers should not be. What do I not need? What do I not need? I can't get rid of this stupid bubble gum. Or do I just need to try harder? No amounts of trying harder is gonna help me. What if I send it to the creeper? Go ahead. No, I'm just destroying shit, but at least it's gone. It really was a case of just not eating it enough. Somehow. I'm glad I'm getting all the bones because I just do not have enough stuff to level up my doggies and stuff. I can't even tame the man dog because I have no bones. At least I think it takes bones. Anything here? No. But yes, give me tech in fantasy and I will consume it. I think that might also be why I am able to write the fanfiction that I'm writing, the Echoes of Home on the Wrong Side of Gravity, because it is tech in fantasy. It's space fantasy. I've come to realize that I love space fantasy and I hate sci-fi. And I also like... I haven't read any stories like this, but I like fantasy with technology. These are things I like, and then just straight up sci-fi I very dislike. I find it boring. It's really funny. I went many years going just, I don't like sci-fi and I will not read it in any way. And then I started reading alien fics and I realized, oh, I just like space fantasy and fantasy sci-fi, whatever that is called. Okay, we're going this way. Why do I hear cows? Holy, I'm high up. No wonder I hear cows. We need to make our way down. I'm gonna ignore that creeper. No, I'm not dealing with the floobs. Okay, leave me alone, guys. I am technically on a mission. And I need to continue said mission. Okay, I was there. Let's go this way. We're still going up, but... we're exploring new places. What is next on my list? The Bad Night server! Okay, so this relates to Lizzie. As I said, I watched all of her series. And this is one of them that I watched a little later, which was Bad Night. And oh my god, do I love it. I wanted to log on to Bad Night, but it doesn't exist anymore, sadly. And no one has remade it. So if you know how to remake Bad Night, please do. I want to play Bad Night. Other series that she had were her single player one in early Minecraft where she had more creatures, and she also had Matt Damon Craft, which was one episode where she and Joel were using a texture pack that made everything look like Matt Damon. I just remember the opening was like something, this is so Damon. And that was so lame. I loved it. But we already talked about Lizzie, so we're gonna move on further ahead. Okay, where am I going? Where am I going? Can I go up there? I know I'm just going away from diamond level, but... I'm not seeing a way down currently. So, I'm gonna go up. And then see if I can get down from up. How much more up am I going? This video is just gonna be a bunch of rambling, but you know, it is good luck for me. I found my first diamonds that aren't loot from dungeons. Okay, I hate water. I hate it so much. Alright, we've gotten to the top. Listen, I know I said I like disco malls and stuff, but maybe let's not. I don't have space for any more boomboxes. Wait. Boomboxes. It's dying. I don't know where it is, but it's dying. I'm not gonna dwell on Bat Night. She also had a series with Joel where she was playing on a server, which was like the Crafting Dead type of thing. That was really fun. I didn't personally play on servers like that because I didn't have Minecraft in a way that would let me join those servers. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So I didn't get to play that, but it was really fun to watch, and actually should probably rewatch it. It was very interesting to see her play on a server. Okay, I was that way, right? Because of the weird, not, what do I call this? Darkness. Because of this weird darkness, I can't really tell where I have been and where not. Die. Yeah, I was here, but I wasn't. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Just die already! Why are you so living? Do I just like dig into a wall or something and hope for the best? Like, what do I do in this situation? I could try going up somewhere. Some water. Is there anything up that water? No, but there's a hole over there. Could try going up there. Let's see, is there anything up here at all? Don't see. No! There's nothing, and I can't even jump into the water because I think it needs to be more than one block to not take damage. How did I even get here? How do I get out? Is there anything up there? There could be, or maybe not. I don't know. Let's go back on this side and run around till we get to where we need to be, which I don't know where we need to be, but we need to be somewhere. Next one's a bit controversial. It is SkyDoesMincraft Cops and Robbers. I never really watched SkyDoesMincraft like series in general, but I did watch Cops and Robbers, and it always seemed so dumb to me. It was entertaining, don't get me wrong, but it was dumb in the way that stupid disco mall. In my mind I was like, obviously they don't want to win, because if they wanted to win they wouldn't just let them out, and in my mind I was like, that's so dumb, this is so stupid. And I was thoroughly entertained, so I watched, I don't know if all of them, but I watched many of them, and I remember not Cupquake, but Aphmau was a guest on some of them, and Lizzie maybe? I know Lizzie did a version of it in the map. I don't know if it was with Sky or with someone else. Holy! You bad man. There's not much to say about that. It's just a map that is fun and people play that. I think it also showed up in Minecraft Mondays, which is a topic for a later time. This way? I guess this way. I'll take the gold. You're telling me that at some point I mined the gold and I didn't even pick it up? Man, that's crazy. Okay. We're not gonna dwell on that because there's a whole situation with Sky that I'm not really familiar with. I just know it's not good, so I'm just not gonna dwell on that too much. Moving on. Okay, this is where we reach the role-playing era of my Minecraft consumption. The first on the list is Minecraft Diaries by Aphmau. How many of you remember that? Before the werewolves, before the My Streets, before everything else, we had Minecraft Diaries. Do I remember the plot? Vaguely. She wakes up in a forest with, I think, amnesia. And she goes to a village where she meets a guard named Gareth and another one named Lawrence. And things go down and we meet Zane, who is like a priest or something, but like a corrupt one. and there's this whole blood cult thing. Do I remember the details? No, but I do remember episode maybe 40 something. I don't remember the number specifically, but I remember the episode where it might have actually been called Malachi's Castle, where she travels around and she meets Aaron. Was it before or after Aaron? She met Aaron around this time. He's played by her husband, Jason, and she... What is that? Is that iron? That's iron. She stumbles across this castle, and inside that castle lives a little boy spirit called Malachi who was trapped to that castle, and he couldn't escape, and he was like really sad and crying, and he wanted to go with her, and I think he saw her as a mother or something, and then she like went out to find maybe a priest or something. I don't remember the details of what, but basically she went out there and she found a way to get Malachi out of the castle. And that episode, well, I think it's 2 actually, with the whole getting Malachi out. That was like a second episode. That episode stuck with me a lot. I really liked it. It's my favorite episode in that entire series. And we have like Aaron and who else was in there? Lucinda was in there as a witch. And I'm not I think Kawaii-chan was there too as a florist? I don't remember what Kawaii-chan did. I don't think she did much. And Caitlin was there. I think she was part of the guard, but not the village guard. The royal guard, maybe. Again, it's been a really long time. The details are fuzzy, but those that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. And if you know what I'm talking about, tell me which was your favorite episode. Did you like Malachi's episode? Because I loved Malachi's episode. I literally just said before that I needed to get out. I know I was just up there, but like, how do I get out of here? Did I need to actually stay up there to get out? Let me go up again and try to get out. Now how do I do this? How do I do this? Okay, so this leads towards the spawner. So we can... We can try doing something here. After her Minecraft Diary series, she had My Street. I said some combination of My Street and MySpace. She had My Street, which was the modern version of Minecraft Diaries. And why do I say that? Is because it had all the same characters. Except now it was them living on the same street as best friends. And Zane is no longer a priest. He's this weird, awkward... young adult that is a brony. That's all I remember of his character. And maybe he had freckles, and he has a brother, Gareth. They're still brothers in both universes. And they live in the same world, and there was a lot of references to anime and stuff. It was a slice of life kind of show. Until it wasn't. We then got werewolves, which is something Jess apparently really loves. I guess we're going out. And there was also... What else was there? Yeah, the whole werewolf thing. And they went to a retreat in later series. And the government got involved. And there was alphas and stuff. It's just... It was a mess. It was something else. It was no longer slice of life. I watched all of it. It was not my favorite. Diaries was always my favorite. Where... I'm glad you're cold, but where am I? I don't know. It was not my favorite, but I did enjoy it. I watched all of it. But a series that I liked more, which was part of this universe, it's like a prequel to My Street, I think, is Phoenix Drop High, which is the, again, same characters, but they are in... Am I gonna go back into the cave? Yes. But they are in high school. It's about how... Aphmau... Okay, no, I'm not. Meets... I was gonna say Jason. Apparently it is slightly based on the story of how Aphmau actually met her husband. Or so I hear. But no, how she meets Aaron. It's a dig bug, well at least was. Pony Girl, Flip, and all her friends, and there was... I forgot the loser's name, but... The white-haired kid that was her best friend. It was insane, wasn't... I don't remember. And everyone had crush on Aphmau, and she was this gamer girl, and again, anime references and stuff, and there was Aphmau's mom and stuff. It was my favorite in the modern AU. That's what we're gonna call it, modern AU. It's my favorite in the modern AU world. So to go, my favorite being Diaries, then Phoenix Drop, then My Street. But again, I watched all of them. I watched every single one of them. I'm going back to my list. We'll return to this topic. Next up on my list is City of Love. If you know my channel at all, you've seen me do a 5-episode series on the City of Love map. It is a dating simulator where every choice is a wacky one. You get a bartender, who is the most normal person there. You get a pharmacist that makes love potions and makes you take one. You meet a woman that beats the living shit out of everyone. We're home! You get... who else do you meet there? You meet a robot that wants to exterminate humanity. You meet... a bum who turns out to be related to Legends of Zelda. It might have been Link or something. And you meet some other characters that I do not remember. At least I think you meet some more. And you date them, and then you get married. Where are any grandmas? At the very end, if you get enough points, you get to marry them. And you know, have to speak to them, choose the correct answers, perform tasks and whatever to build up their affection. And multiple people did series on it. I know Lizzie did a series on it, and then there was 2 girls that had a channel together, and they had like steampunk skins, and one had pink hair and one had blue hair, I think. They did a series on that, which was the first one I saw, and then I saw Lizzie's one. And I really love that map. It's my favorite Minecraft map up to like this point. Even till this day, I don't think I have one that I prefer more. I think I could... in theory, I could play it over and over again, probably, because there's many dialogue choices and stuff. Not like dialogue choices, but you have dialogue and you have to choose the right answer by clicking on a button. And so you have wrong choices and you have actions depending on choosing the right choices or the wrong choices. So you couldn't play it in like forever because you would run out of content. I mean, if you want to play the same thing multiple times, be my guest. But you can play it a few times. And there's a bunch of hearts you need to collect, so you can also do that multiple times till you collect every single one of them. I did not, because, well, I just didn't. Let me... wait, actually give me that coal. I need to smelt all of this ore. Oh, there's some gold here. Cool. And some iron. Awesome, I'm gonna split that up. Even more iron. I didn't even know I had stuff here. Everything is just dying. And yeah, not much to say here because it was a relatively short map, but it was very wacky and very fun. Very of the time, I'll tell you, with the different signs that are there and stuff like that. A Schlump did something. Stupid baby's getting in my way. Okay, Schlump. Holy, you've grown big! A lollipop and some bread. That's not bread, that's a band-aid. You're huge! Bob, you better give us a bunch of good stuff. See, I remembered his name. I think the creator of that map, the City of Love, had some other ones, but I never watched them, at least knowingly. Maybe I did, but I just did not know that they're by the same guy. Moving on, back to the whole roleplay thing. Well, I said that Diaries was my favorite Aphmau roleplay. It was not my favorite roleplay of all time. My favorite roleplay of all time was Blades and Magic by DOLLASTIC. Or LDShadowLady Plays, or whatever channel it was on. Basically, we watch it from the point of view of DOLLASTIC. She's a young girl in a village and she wants to join this magic academy called... I don't remember what it's called, maybe Blades and Magic Academy or Blades Academy, something like that. That was a popular premise for things back then, and still is. Magic academies are very popular things. Where are any grandmas? And basically, she does all these jobs. She works at a restaurant, saves up enough money for the entrance exam, because they have this exam where you have to pay a certain amount of money and they'll check if you have magic in your body to either do blade magic or magic. I think that's how it was. Well, basically not everyone could be there at the test they need to do. And so she collects that, but that money gets stolen by this dude who wants to go to the academy with his sister, but they're broke as hell. And all works out because her friend from the... God damn it. From the restaurant, I think his name is Neil. He ends up giving her the rest of the money and she ends up getting into the academy. And so you have like 3 classes of people there. It's the humans that wield magic. It's the witches. No, I'm lying. Humans that wield swords and sword-related magic things, I think. I don't know if there's magic for the swords, but there's sword people, right? And then there is either the humans or witches that deal with magic. And then there's werewolves. Because there's always werewolves. And she was a sword wielder. The dude that stole the money, whose name I can't remember, was a werewolf. And his sister was a witch. And the witches were discriminated against. They hated them, the other members of the school. And basically it was a whole thing of her training, and she got this new teacher called Max, I think, who was like a master swordsman. And weird things start happening because she's reading the introduction book that they're given to read before the lesson, and hers is different than the others. I found the granny. Hers contains information about an evil witch and stuff, and when she talks about it with others, everyone's like, what are you saying? You're crazy. And there's this whole thing of her trying to figure out what's going on. The series has been on a hiatus for many years, and I am waiting that she will eventually continue it, because I think she did say that she will continue it at some point, and I do hope it's soon. I do want to see what happens to the cast. And the cool thing about this is that, okay, many series had voice acting, and hers did too, but the very cool thing is that oh, I get to keep it. It fits you so... First of all, I'm a woman. Second of all, it fits you so well. Now gamble. I'm gonna sit here and watch you gamble, or I guess put my stuff away and continue yapping, because I still have a lot to say and I don't want to split this up into multiple series. So yeah, there was role-playing. Obviously there was role-playing and roleplay. No, there was... Oh, I have a lot of saddles, turns out. It is wonderful indeed. I'm gonna put this with the weapons because why not? There was voice acting in the series. Oh, many of them had, which also made it so there were high expenses, so things did get put on hiatus oftentimes. She won! I need to get the money or whatever that she won. Life gem! I don't think you get a life gem every single time, it's like different things you can get. And the slump grew. We're just doing so well. I think the dress makes it so she doesn't disappear even when she's a skeleton. What did you draw, Bob? Iron. I'll just put it in here. I don't need iron myself, so I'll just put it there. But the thing that set LDShadowLady series apart... Oh, look at you. Well, look at me. I know I'm cute. The thing that set her series apart is the fact that she had these gorgeous illustrations. Each episode, I think each episode, had one illustration, which also, as I said, bring up the costs, which caused breaks to be taken because, you know, if you don't have enough money to do these things, you can't make the same amount, the same quality production. And she really liked the high production. Everyone loved the high production. And she had another challenge channel where she did like doll openings, so that took up a lot of money too. So the series would be on and off breaks, which was fine. Oh, you're a fine lad, aren't you? Think about it. I just needed to drink my drink. If you think about it, there's too many Gravity Falls, right? Amazing show, very thought out. A lot of mysteries, a lot of care goes into that series, and it had many breaks in between. It was not scheduled to be like every week like some other shows. It had many breaks in between. Much the same way Blades and Magic had many breaks in between and it was amazing, so I do suggest you go check it out. It's a very great series. I've decided I will not be just standing here around because that's gonna be boring. We're gonna take our bones and we're gonna level up Girl and we're gonna go level up her some more because I want to get her to level 10. Oh! Well, please tell me you somehow can produce bones because I need bones. Please. Is that XP? Is that apple? It's an apple, it's not XP. I'll just put this here. It's probably not from him, the weed, but I'll just put it there. I'm not looking up your bloomers, Granny! Let's see. So, we need to train you. What do we train you in? Oh! Simple, just the things that we can. And I don't have enough to up the speed again, but it's fine. We're gonna put you in fight mode. And we need to find an easy target, actually. Oh, I do have meat, but let's take some raw meat. I have some raw beef, but... You know what? This is fine, I'll keep the cooked meat. Let me put this away. We need an easy target. Definitely check out Blades and Magic. It holds up great, I think. I mean, I can't guarantee that. I haven't watched it in a... Oh, I'm so sorry. Here you go. In a good while, but I would imagine that it would. If you like magic, if you like academies, if you like werewolves, if you like mysteries in the sense of like not understanding what is going on, what is this discrimination and stuff, then you will totally enjoy it. And if you love art and voice acting, because there was voice acting, I think. I'm pretty sure there wasn't at the start, but I think there was later. I remember Neil having a voice. I couldn't have imagined that, right?